Welcome, graduands, their families and their friends, our special guests and Bond University colleagues, to this afternoon's ceremony for the conferring of degrees upon graduating students from the faculties of Humanities and Social Sciences and Law. Today, when we get to the end of the day, we'll have graduated slightly more than 700 students. And I thought that this was quite an accomplishment until I received an alumni newsletter from the University of Melbourne where they explained that they'd graduated 7,000 last year. So all I can say is I'm glad I'm at Bond. And I think so is our Chancellor, who I will now introduce, Dr. Helen Nugent, AO.
Graduands, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me enormous pleasure to welcome you to this afternoon's graduation ceremony. I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet, and I pay my respects to their elders, both past and present. Today is a truly significant milestone in your lives. It is a day of joy to be shared with family and friends. It marks the end of your time here at Bond, and I know that there is always tinged with a degree of sadness. But it is also an equally exciting time for you because it signifies your embarking on the beginning of your new careers. In the course of your journey at Bond, you have encountered new experiences. I'm sure you've encountered challenges, but most of all, you have built friendships for life. It is our hope that you will continue to have new experiences, grow as individuals, and remain true to the many, many friends that you have made at Bond. I encourage each of you to build on the experience that you have had here by joining the Bond Alumni Network. There's one everywhere. It's pervasive. Someone even suggested yesterday that we had one in Uzbekistan. I doubt that, but nonetheless. Anyhow, we hope that you will maintain your love of Bond, as so many of you say that that is what epitomises your experience here. Bond is truly proud of our students and their successes. Bond University International Relations and Law student Gabrielle Morris was selected to represent Australia at the 7th edition of the NATO Young Leaders Forum, believe it or not, on Afghanistan in Slovakia. At 22 years old, Ms. Morris was the youngest participant at the International Forum, which brought together around 40 students and young professionals from Afghanistan and various NATO members and partner countries from around the world. A team of Bond University law students took on the inaugural La Trobe Environmental Law Moot competition, beating teams from Australia at the Federal Court in Melbourne. Bachelor of Law students Peter John, PJ as we know him, Brennan and Alex Myers went head-to-head with the University of Melbourne in the final round, and we know that they prevailed. Film and television students were recognised at the Queensland and Northern Australian Cinematography Awards at the Tivoli in Brisbane. Successful students included two of our alumni, Jenna Westerink and Will Zane, as well as Gina Powell and Kevin Holloway, whose entries spanned a variety of genres, including corporate, educational, music and student films. These are great achievements. However, each of you has your own story, a great story. To each of you, whatever your accomplishments, I say, well done, congratulations on obtaining your degree. You have my very, very fondest best wishes for a wonderful and very exciting future. Ladies and gentlemen, I now have the great honour and privilege to introduce our guest speaker, Mrs. Marilyn Darling, AC. Marilyn Darling and her husband Gordon, who is here with us, Marilyn you'll meet in a moment, are truly outstanding citizens of Australia. Marilyn has been actively involved in the visual arts in Australia for 20 years, principally through the National Portrait Gallery and the Gordon Darling Foundation. Marilyn is a founding patron of the National Portrait Gallery and was chair of the board of the gallery from 2000 to 2008, having served as deputy chairman from 1997 to 2000. Through her drive, determination and leadership, the gallery has grown from a small space in Old Parliament House to a significant federal institution in its own building, which I am pleased to say will become a statutory authority as from the 1st of July this year. Marilyn retired from the board of the Portrait Gallery at the time of the opening of the wonderful purpose-built new gallery in Canberra. If you haven't already been there, I urge you to do so. It is undoubtedly one of the treasures of our national capital, in no small measure due to the vision, taste and genius and raw determination of Marilyn Darling, ably supported by Gordon. Mrs. Darling is also Deputy Chairman of the Gordon Darling Foundation. The foundation was created in 1991 to assist public institutions in the visual arts Australia-wide. It does important work that makes a true difference to Australia. But Marilyn's early career was not in the visual arts. Indeed, she was a virologist. She graduated with a Bachelor of Science from the University of Queensland and undertook postgraduate research at the Department of Microbiology at the University of Melbourne and at the Medical School at Monash University. In 2009, Marilyn Darling was honoured with the award of the Companion of the Order of Australia, the highest honour that Australia can bestow on any one of its citizens. In that context, as I said earlier, we are also honoured to have with us today Mr. Gordon Darling, who is also a recipient of that great honour. To have two members of the same family both receiving that honour is not just remarkable, it is truly wondrous. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming a truly great Australian, Mrs. Marilyn Darling.
Chancellor Nugent, distinguished hosts, ladies and gentlemen, and the graduates. Thank you, Dr. Nugent, for that very generous introduction, and I'm really thrilled to be here at Bond University for this graduation ceremony. By any measure, Bond is an outstanding success story, and you have been very fortunate to be students here. But today, you're graduating and stepping out into the world with a bright future that at this stage is like a blank sheet of paper. How you eventually fill that sheet is the exciting unknown. For myself, when I graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree from the University of Queensland in 1964, I could never have dreamed where my life would lead me. At that time, it was very parochial. Students were drawn almost exclusively from the home state, Queensland, and students from overseas were virtually unheard of. The contrast today is total, and the wide and the deep networks you have created is a tremendous jumpstart. I started my public life rather tentatively by standing for election to the Students' Union Council, becoming the first girl ever to represent the science faculty. Back then, meetings were formal. The male members always wore a grey suit, and we girls, all three of us, wore skirts, a neat blouse, and a twin set in winter. The Students' Union was a modest start, but I believe you should accept and try hard at pretty much any opportunity that passes you by. Don't wait for something major or more impressive. Just volunteer and get started. Over many years, I served on committees as varied as child welfare, opera, my children's school and university college, and a very wide variety of others. I helped to raise funds for all of them. You have to develop skills to persuade relevant authorities and individuals to support your cause, and you definitely need to be a donor yourself to the best level you can afford. As Dr. Nugent has told you, the major project in the life of my husband Gordon and myself was the establishment of a national portrait gallery in Canberra. Following all the small activities and boards, this was definitely the big one. There are not many national portrait galleries in the world, and possibly the one you are most likely to know of is London. The other two major ones are in Washington and Edinburgh. So the portrait gallery model was there to observe, and the popularity of all three was clearly high. So we started. Coincidentally, in the same year, 1989, that Bond University was established, Gordon and I began work on a large portrait exhibition to show Australians what a permanent gallery could be like. We hired a freelance curator and formed an advisory committee Australia-wide. We made endless lists of potential interesting subjects. We spoke to the other national institutions, and we lobbied politicians and bureaucrats. Actually, everyone felt a national portrait gallery was a great idea for Canberra. We named our exhibition Uncommon Australians. Somehow, we persuaded 4 state galleries and the National Gallery to put this theoretical exhibition into their 1992-93 schedules. Suddenly, we had a deadline, and the work really started. We borrowed portraits from federal and state institutions and from private lenders. We produced a catalogue of these 116 portraits with an entry on each person. All this, of course, was costing a great deal, and Gordon was picking up the tab. The exhibition opened at the National Gallery Victoria in May '92. After Melbourne, the exhibition toured until the end of January '93. We toured with it, hosting events and doing a lot of press. All the openings were attended by as many living subjects of the portraits as could be mustered, and it was exhilarating. We were working 7-day weeks, but the very positive public reaction kept us going. When we'd safely returned all the precious borrowed works, we felt a holiday was in order. However, almost immediately, we were approached to make a submission for the use of a very small suite of rooms in the front of the old Parliament House, and government funds to create a display space. The submission was successful. The National Portrait Gallery, Stage 1, was opened by Prime Minister Paul Keating in March 1994. So, just seize whatever comes your way. This was a tiny start in a very small space, but it was a start. Public reaction and lengthy lobbying led to securing a much larger space in the old Parliament House and much more renovation money. Stage 2 was opened by Prime Minister John Howard in March '99. Then the hardest part of all, a purpose-built new gallery. First, the land. The National Capital Authority agreed to allocate a prime area right alongside the High Court. Next, the money. 3 years of lobbying, all the time reminding Prime Minister Howard how popular Stage 2 was. Make every step a success, and you will progress. And talk to everyone of influence involved in your project. You have to learn to persuade and cast your net wide. The money for the building came through as an election promise in October 2004. A design competition was held, and Richard Johnson headed up the winning design from Johnson Pilton Walker. Contracts were let and construction began early 2006. The building was opened on the 3rd of December 2008 by Prime Minister Kevin Rudd. It was on time and on budget. 87.8 million, including underground parking for 230 cars. Amazing value. Since then, it has firmly established itself as a major Canberra visitor attraction. Over 2.5 million visitors since it opened. and the public really love it. The building itself has won more awards than any other building in Australia, 30 awards. My lengthy 8 years as chair ended when the building opened, and in the closing words of my speech that night, I said, "My job is done." The job is currently in the exceptional hands of Dr. Nugent, and that is wonderful. I consider myself hugely lucky to have had the opportunities to embrace the not-for-profit activities that have changed my life from ordinary to extraordinary. And it all started as a faculty rep. Today is your jump-off point. Congratulations. I wish you all good luck, good judgment, and an extraordinary life. Thank you.
Thank you, Marilyn, for an extraordinary insight into an extraordinary life. That first exhibition, Uncommon Australians, could actually more relevantly be applied to Marilyn and her equally uncommon husband, Gordon. The lessons out of this are one, actually, and Marilyn didn't say this, Marilyn and Gordon have been truly entrepreneurs. They have taken an idea, they have seized the moment, seized the opportunity, as Marilyn has urged you to do. Persuade and cast your net wide. I know no one who is as persuasive when she's on the case as Marilyn Darling. Indeed, when I took over as chairman of the National Portrait Gallery, Marilyn took me aside and said, "You will make sure this becomes a statutory authority, won't you?" Now, when Marilyn Darling says that to you, you better deliver. And we have, and particularly with Marilyn's support. Like Marilyn, I agree that giving back in a not-for-profit way is not just giving back to society, it is truly, as she has defined it, exhilarating. It is around truly doing something where you not only give, but you receive a huge amount more than what you have given. And doing that in the not-for-profit sector is particularly important. Thank you, Marilyn, for sharing your journey with us today. I am sure that this truly is an experience that each and every one of our graduates today is truly grateful for hearing. Can you please join me in thanking Marilyn once again?
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now move to the formal presentation. Will the graduands please stand? Chancellor, I wish to present the following graduands who are in attendance today for admission to awards of Bond University. From the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, 129 graduands. From the Faculty of Law, 90 graduands. Chancellor, I certify to you and to the University and our Council that the graduands have satisfied the requirements for admission to the award for which they are being presented.
With the authority of Council, I hereby admit you to the awards for which you have qualified. I also admit to their awards those candidates listed in the program who are unable to be present today.
Will the graduates please be seated? That is the formal moment of graduation.
I now invite the Dean of the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences to join me in congratulating each of his graduates as they are presented.
Chancellor, I present graduates from the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences. For the associate degree, Paul Russell Barrett. For the Bachelor of Arts, Fatima Hossein Al-Jarouf. Simone Ashley Hesford. Sophie Ann Mannion. Kyle Thomas Manning. Rebecca Sinead Kiara Rankin. Margaret Ann Robertson. Maria Wardana Samudara. One, Lulu. For the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of International Relations, Scott Douglas Blakemore. For the Bachelor of Arts, English as an International Language, Joe Wu. For the Bachelor of Communication, Anami Decat. Jennifer Doig. Chandra Leslie Duncan. Alana Alice Green. Solveig Nedregard. And Annabel Margaret Rutledge. For the Bachelor of Communication and Graduate Certificate of Business, Hannah Elizabeth West. The Bachelor of Communication Business, Courtney Joy Borg. Jessica Louise Brealey. Annie Chapman. Amber Nicola Diamond. Thea Doyle. Rhiannon Faye Joyce. Amelia Kate Moore. Martin Niedenfuhr. Timothy Parry Jones. Georgie Talbot. Evangeline Titilas. For the Bachelor of Computer Games, Luke Christian Agnew. Saxon Cameron. Jesse Gary Fellows. Jackson Daniel Hall. And Jessica Erin Hardcastle. For the Bachelor of Counselling, Michelle Joy Corker. Michelle Lawrence. For the Bachelor of Film and Television, Brenton Cassidy. Nicola Murray. Jessica Ann Neugebauer. Alice Pargeter. Gina Powell. And Mogus Wesson. For the Bachelor of International Relations, Julia Alphonse. Sarah Kate Goltz-Wharton. Corinne Lee Geiger. Danica Ann Kieran. Craig Kennedy. Lee Graham Muir. And Elisha Courtney Spratt. For the Bachelor of International Relations Business, Mark Eels. Reese Selby. Bonan Shan. For the Bachelor of Journalism, Carolyn Michelle Kovac. Olivia Morrow. Ava Anastasia Phyllis. Carissa Strawn. Rosalie Joy Taylor. And Claire Ann Todhunter. For the Bachelor of Multimedia Design Advertising, Lauren Ann Koga. Remy Ford. Christopher Odgers Jewell. For the Bachelor of Multimedia Design, Advertising and Bachelor of Information Technology, James Morris Hooper. For the Bachelor of Multimedia Design, Mass Communication, Stephanie Jacqueline Calmet. For the Bachelor of Social Sciences, Manpreet Bains. Liam Sean Thomas Byrne. Madeline Grace Jarrett Luck. Annabelle Grace Nielsen. Danielle Marie Rickson. Jacinta Haley Robertson. And Jessica Elizabeth Wastel. For the Bachelor of Social Science Criminology, Benjamin Nicholas Nade. For the Bachelor of Social Science Criminology and Bachelor of Jurisprudence, Ali Whiteman. For the Bachelor of Social Science Psychology, Matthew Robert Brunetti. Annika Kelsey Fraser. Joshua Toby Gap. Kier Sam Karimi. Katie Alisa Lenahan. Jasmine Morris. Natasha Jade Short. For the Bachelor of Social Science Psychology Honours with Second Class Honours Division B, Stephanie Martin. For the Bachelor of Social Science Psychology Honours with Second Class Honours Division A, Brett Kagan. The Graduate Diploma of Psychology, Christopher Haddock. For the Postgraduate Diploma of Counselling, Monique Bradley. And Megan White. For the Postgraduate Diploma of Psychology, Lauren Ann Dearlove. Cherie Empson. Rebecca Lynn Griffith. Olena Lisichka. Chloe Elizabeth Macon. And Lala Vatanian. For the Master of Communication Advertising, Stephanie Brown. For the Master of Communication Business, Aaron Gillespie. For the Master of Communication Public Relations, Stephanie Costin. And Natasha Drillen. For the Master of Criminology, Nitharsana Nithi Ananthan. For the Master of International Relations Business, Osama Al-Haddad. And Arwena Johns. For the Master of Psychology Clinical, Wendy Marie Borislavsky. Cassandra Carlopio. Sally Ann Cutler. Wendy Ann Mackay. Dominique Jade Murray. For the Master of Psychology Forensic, Sarah Jane Aldridge. Ilana Carr. Tenille Di Lorenzo. Ashley Michelle Fisher. Chancellor, the degree of Bachelor of International Relations has been awarded posthumously to Bonnie Rose Whitehead. Bonnie's mother and sister, Ms. Lorraine Whitehead, and her daughter Lily are with us today and will accept the posthumous award on Bonnie's behalf.
I now invite the Dean of the Faculty of Law to join me in congratulating each of her graduates as they are presented.
Chancellor, I present graduates from the Faculty of Law. For the Bachelor of Jurisprudence, Rachel Glass. For the Bachelor of Laws, Madeline Barbutis. Hartej Bandal. Tiora Bombeck. Dimitri Bourne. Shada Boyassi. Felicia Bragg. Nina Brewer. Andrea Justine Chan. Nicole Christopoulos. Trevor James Dawes. Courtney French. Timori Pinicolosi Fuimauano. Catherine Ann Hain. Kai Kalinowski. Samuel Peter Kenny. Daniel Adam Lenyi. Jessica Elise Lipset. Mohammed Ridwan Mohammed Kamal. Alexander Morisut. Georgina Nielsen. Sapphire Parsons. Samuel John Rees. Troy Allen Roberts. Molly Roper. Lucinda Penny Francis Stevenson. Loana Thomas. Regina Marie Threlfall. Grant Charles Wilson. Yutong Wu. For the Bachelor of Laws and Bachelor of Arts, Georgina Lian Chao. And Julie Moya Diane Therese Troja. For the Bachelor of Laws and Bachelor of Business, Chloe Lee Morefoot. And Mitchell James O'Connell. For the Bachelor of Laws and Bachelor of Commerce, Chase Patterson. Alexandra Semenovich. And Thomas Alexander Webster. For the Bachelor of Laws and Bachelor of International Relations, Kate Rachel Beister Bowles. Emily Louise Pugin. And Callum Trevor Wood. For the Bachelor of Laws and Bachelor of International Relations Business, Melanie Jade Maguire. Christy Merjanowski. For the Bachelor of Laws and Bachelor of Journalism, Emma Louise Largo. For the Bachelor of Laws with Second Class Honours Division B, Edward Charles Berry. Andrew Giles Lamont. Chantal McNaught. And Mitchell Potter. For the Bachelor of Laws with Second Class Honours Division B and Bachelor of Arts, Jodie Lenore Buick. For the Bachelor of Laws with Second Class Honours Division B and Bachelor of Business, Kim Jonathan Brown. And Carla Diane Williams. For the Bachelor of Laws with Second Class Honours Division B and Bachelor of Commerce, Thomas James Blackhurst. Nigel William Thomas. And Jacob William Uliana. For the Bachelor of Laws with Second Class Honours Division B and Bachelor of Social Science Criminology, Sarah Ann Marson. For the Bachelor of Laws with Second Class Honours Division B and Bachelor of Social Science Psychology, Christopher Luke Dolling. For the Bachelor of Laws with Second Class Honours Division B and Bachelor of Sports Management, Naomi Elizabeth McGregor. For the Bachelor of Laws with Second Class Honours Division A and Bachelor of Arts, Henry Charles Norris. For the Bachelor of Laws with Second Class Honours Division A and Bachelor of Business, Alana Vera Ann Coombridge. And I'm sorry, Jacqueline Louise Ward, with my apologies. Lisa Catherine Galpin. Bachelor of Laws with Second Class Honours Division A and Bachelor of Commerce, Sophie Alexandra McNaught. And Mira Anita Siva Nathan. Bachelor of Laws with Second Class Honours Division A and Bachelor of International Relations, Annabelle Josephine Williams. Bachelor of Laws with Second Class Honours Division A and Bachelor of Social Science Psychology, Tegan Leanne Little. Bachelor of Laws with First Class Honours and Bachelor of International Relations, Rowan Thomas Kendall. Bachelor of Laws with First Class Honours and Bachelor of Business, and the recipient of the 2012 Stephen Johnson Memorial Medal, Cara Louise Firth. For the degree of Juris Doctor, Charles Chan. Yao Chen. William Elliott Demers. Tanya Joy Duggan. Navdeep Randhawa. Eleanor Surajbali. Malaya Vattuthawanga. Xiaojing Wang. Lu Ying. And Catherine Elizabeth Culpeper Zena. Juris Doctor with Second Class Honours Division B, Robert Michael William Flynn. Jessica Nunziato. Lauren Nicole Wilcox. Juris Doctor with Second Class Honours Division A, Erica Teresa Gondo. Gillian Catherine Hayden. Taryn Lovegrove. Fraser MacDonald. And Xavier Milne. For the Master of Laws, Mary von Gordon. The award of the 2012 John F. Carney Gold Medal goes to Thomas Charles Harrison. Bachelor of Laws with First Class Honours and Bachelor of International Relations Business, and the recipient of the 2011 Minter Ellison Medal, Chacha Westerveld. And the Bachelor of Laws with First Class Honours and the recipient of the 2012 Minter Ellison Medal goes to James John Graham. Chancellor, Jacqueline Noble has been selected to give the valedictory address on behalf of those graduating this afternoon. She has graduated with the degree of Master of Criminology. Jacqueline Noble.
Madam Chancellor, distinguished guests, proud parents, and most importantly, fellow graduates. Good afternoon. I have the privilege of sharing graduation with all of you today. I also have the pleasure of delivering the valedictory address, an honored tradition. I'd like to begin with a brief story. A large national bank was recruiting for a management trainee position in its head office in Melbourne. The recruiter had narrowed the list to 3 fine candidates and had scheduled interviews. Each candidate was from a reputable university. The recruiter wanted to get an idea of each graduate's leadership philosophy, so he asked each of them this question. Using Machiavelli's leadership principles outlined in his work, The Prince, how would you best describe your approach to management? The first grad responded that a leader must sometimes stretch or modify the truth or withhold information in order to promote the common good of the group. The second job seeker explained that leaders must remain aloof and detached from their staff in order to gain respect and exercise power effectively. Finally, the third, a Bond graduate, proclaimed that in The Prince, Machiavelli professed that the ends justifies the means. And therefore, Madam Recruiter, my management style is whatever my boss tells me it is. Of course, the Bond graduate landed the job. Thank you to Professor Chipman. For those of you that studied Machiavelli in your ethics course, you will note that all 3 candidates were correct. However, our classmate's adaptive approach and her creative reasoning in her answer landed her the job. These characteristics epitomize a Bond graduate. The mission statement at Bond University reads, to produce uniquely identifiable graduates who are leaders, thinkers imbued with initiative, the spirit of free enterprise, and a continuing quest for intellectual inquiry, challenge, and opportunity. So, here we are at the end of our Bond journey, and I ask all of you, has Bond succeeded in their mission? Think about it. I'll come back to that. First, I'd like to talk about ambition. A few weeks ago, with the torrential rains and floodings in Queensland, I began to think about our cherished University Lake and the fountain, about how they've served us well as a gathering place and a focal point to our life here at Bond. I think together they also symbolize our journey here at Bond. The freshman waters from Lake Orr begin their journey in coastal towns and foreign lands, and finally arrive at the University Lake. They are then shaped, invigorated, and forever transformed by the fountain and set off once again to their next journey in ocean shores. Just like these waters, we too have been transformed by our experience at Bond. How has Bond transformed you? What is your ambition? Where will you go? What will you do, and who will you become? As we lead the comfort and security of our lake and our fountain, these are the thoughts that are going through my mind. I'm sure many of you are asking yourselves the same questions. So where will you go? For many of you, today is the first step in a long quest of learning and intellectual pursuits that will take you to other schools and to new challenges. For others, travel beckons. while some will go where their chosen career demands. For all of us, it's time to move on, to begin our next adventure, and to test new waters. Yet Bond will be hard to leave. One of the benefits offered at Bond is the year-round semester structure that allows students to earn their degrees quickly. But this fast-track system also means that our time together is brief. Just as we're all getting comfortable with each other, it's time to move on, and we stretch around the globe. About half of us started from here in Australia, and the rest from offshore. And our goals and ambitions are borderless. So to borrow from Shakespeare, the world is your oyster. Bondies were one of the first alumni groups to embrace couch surfing, and for good reason. We can be found virtually in all corners of the globe, and most of us are pretty hospitable. Friendships at Bond are forged through shared experience and strengthened by the intensity of our learning over a condensed period. As a consequence, wherever you go, whether drilling for oil in the Hibernian oil fields, or clerking for a cabinet minister in Canberra, or teaching languages in Central Africa, no matter where you are, you won't be far from a fellow Bondie who will yearn to chat about Dons or the Bat Labs, or share an experience from O Week, or just see a friendly face who they know has shared a similar experience to them. Now, what will you do? If we follow the trend of university graduates around the world, 22% of us will end up at another school to continue to study. 56% will find careers in our field of study. 5% will go back to what we were doing before we came to uni. 3% will work for our family business. And the rest of us will simply refuse to answer the survey when it comes out. Most of us will be fortunate to find a career in our field of study, but few of us will remain in that career, which points to another advantage of our education here at Bond. All Bond graduates must take a set of courses that together Bond calls core subjects. These subjects equip each of us with skills that are useful in any role in our world today. Whether you practice law, manage people, or design public policy, these foundation subjects have prepared us all to seize opportunity and to conquer adversity as we set out to do whatever it is that will continue to motivate and interest us. So I think that whatever you choose to do, you will surely do it well, which will continue to reinforce the growing ranks of Bond alumni throughout the world that give testament to the exceptional worth and uniqueness of the Bond experience and education. And finally, who will you be? Many are defined by what they do, which is just part of our character, but not the whole. I think it is important to be defined by who you are, and not necessarily by what you do. Bond has nurtured this sentiment and has equipped us with the tools to be something more than just what we do. Beginning with activities during O Week, then continuing with class participation, student government, and sporting opportunities, we have acquired the tools of independence and we have developed skills of leadership. The close interaction of students from many different disciplines and from many cultures has shaped our characters in a distinctive manner that will give us all an advantage in the global community. Here at Bond, we have been fortunate to share our journey together with top students from neighboring communities and from around the world. In the classroom, we have been influenced by the different views and experiences of our fellow classmates in a way that will stay with us for the rest of our lives. We take a piece of fellow Bondies with us, and it will surely benefit us all. For me, Rosie from Toowoomba has infused me with eternal optimism. Gaurab from India has inspired my sense of adventure. And Michael from Brooklyn has tempered my humility. Together with others, these contacts at Bond have molded my character. I am now proud to say that I, Jackie Noble, am a Bond University graduate. This is who I am. We graduate from Bond today enriched with a distinctive experience that will define us all. So back to my first question. Has Bond succeeded in their mission with you? I am confident in saying that for me, it has. We are unique. We will be leaders, and we will continue to pursue knowledge, take on challenges, and seize opportunities. I hope to see many of you in the future, wherever Bondies congregate, to rekindle friendships and to share memories of our fountain. Wherever you go, whatever you do, and whoever you become, I wish you all success. Congratulations, graduates.
Jacqueline, thank you so much. Thank you for capturing the essence and the spirit of Bond, and clearly from the reaction of your fellow graduates. I loved the analogy of the lake and the fountain and testing new waters. Seizing opportunities, which was so much as well the message from Mrs. Darling. The world truly is your oyster. I know you will seize it, and as Jacqueline suggests, you will be truly, truly leaders. In completing my acknowledgement of Jacqueline's major contribution today, let me tell you a little bit more about Jacqueline herself. Since beginning her Masters, Jacqueline has consecutively been placed on the Vice-Chancellor's list for academic achievement. She was presented with the Elsevier Highest Achievement Award for a postgraduate student in the area of criminology. Jacqueline has earned high distinctions in 9 of her 12 subjects and distinctions in the remaining 3. Thank you, Jacqueline, for your contribution today. Thank you for all you have done for Bond, and thank you for being who you are. Can you join me in thanking Jacqueline?
Will the graduates please stand? I charge you as graduates of Bond University to demonstrate at all times the highest moral and ethical standards, to apply and to continue to extend your learning to the benefit of society, to strive through your actions to promote the universal worth of all people, to pursue the highest standards in all of your endeavours, so that in fulfilling your personal goals and human responsibilities, you add to the standing of your university, and to support and uphold your university and its alumni through engagement with the Bond Alumni Organisation and through your personal commitment. You may now be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us very close to the end of proceedings here today, but I would like to implore upon our graduates, in particular the last of those points read out in the Bond University charge, and that is to remain committed and in contact with each other and with the university. I remind everyone in this audience that we are the only university in our entire country that does not receive $1 single of government support for our students or their education. Go figure. But in relation to that, we do ask, and we are relying upon many benefactors and supporters of this university, and we do ask our graduating class of 2013 to make a very, very small presentation back to their future generation of students by a contribution of $20.13, being representative of the year of 2013. And that does not go to the university or its staff or operations. That will go to your class gift for the future generation of Bond University students. In closing, and on behalf of our graduates here today, we are extraordinarily conscious of the unbelievable support of family, spouses, in some cases children, in other cases grandparents, and in many cases parents of our graduates. While they have achieved much, they would not have been able to do so without your continued support, love, warmth and encouragement. And so I would ask our graduates to turn to the audience and join with the university in thanking your supporters, your family, your friends. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've been an extraordinarily polite and almost too polite audience for a graduation. So as we draw things to a close, it's probably worthwhile to recognise not just individually their efforts, but collectively the efforts of the 2013 graduating class. So let's make a bit of noise for them, shall we?